Yamaha knows boats.
Hi, I'm Aaron, the owner of Brisbane Yamaha, and today, 460 Renegade. But not a side console or a tiller steer, centre console 460. An awesome boat. So let's have a look at it. Right, we know we're there, underfloor tanks, 77 litre. Start at the front, Dan, because we're going to measure, because as you know, they're big. At the front, this one's going to go out, spare wheel, catch and release. Look at that hull. Looks like the shape of fibreglass. Nothing rides like them. And I can tell you that Millennium hull is just a game changer. There is nothing. Now, today what we're going to do is have our surprise measurers. We've got a couple of wharf rats. Come over here. What we've got is Hayden and Bailey. Now they're local here. We're Burp and Gary Caboolture. Come over here, fellas. They've been fishing in the mud. How yous going? One of them Bailey lives local. Hayden lives in Caboolture. I lived in Caboolture for 9 years. Now, I'm going to put you on the smart end of it. Yep. Come up here and hold here, square with it. Now, how come yous aren't at school? Let's not talk about that. I wouldn't be either. I never went to school. Interesting. Come back down here, Dan. 4.8. You're on that, Hayden? Yeah. Right, 4.8 to the back. Now, Hayden, I'll get you on the other side. Or Bailey, you run to the other side there. We'll get both of them on. Have a look at these kids. This is the future of fishing. You know, does your dad take you fishing? Yeah. How often do you come down here?
Not much. Normally go to Bribey.
Normally go to Bribey. Now, 2 metres, 10.60. That's interesting. Now hold it on the inside. There, Bailey. What do we got here? 17.50. And what we'll do, we'll come up to the top here. Have a look at these kids. Well, hey, over here. Hold it across on the outside. 2 metres 80. It's a bit wider there. Now on the inside. 17.20. Now what I'll get you to do is come right back to that engine well. And what we'll do is we'll just measure like I like to measure. Right back there. And we're just showing the size of the depth. Put it, if you can try to get that, put it on that seat and put it there where on that offshore well. You got it there, Hayden? Yep. 3 metres 60. That's got a big volume. And now we'll measure. I'll measure the freeboard inside. Now, what do we got here? Oh, it's bigger than a lot of them, isn't it? The 420 was 500. This is 650. Right, you get that? Now, one more here. I'll get one. Is that your mum and dad? Yeah. Your mum, hello. I'm just putting them into YouTube, making them famous. Come across the bottom here, Hayden. And where we're going, we're just going to show you the water line. Come to here. See on that corner there? Keep going. Keep going right on that no, not the trailer, on the boat. Oh, yeah. Up. Show him there, Dan. 1800. So that's an important line because that shows how much boat you've got. Thanks very much. They didn't catch any fish. What's your name, ma'am? It's good to keep the kids down here. Get some sun on them, some mud in their feet. You'll never clean those toenails again. Good on you. Thanks for being in it. Now, what we're going to do, this is a soul boat. And Dan's going to show you a couple of the other 460s we've got in the yard, and there's a couple in the service. This is the tiller steer, and what we've got is the Z family here. Say it again? Zaya and Zayden. Awesome names, aren't they? I love all the names now. I hated my name when I was a kid, Aaron. Now have a look in here. Now what do you reckon about the room? These two kids are lucky enough their parents are about to buy one. Where do you reckon you'll go fishing if you get one of these? Everywhere. Everywhere? What do you think of it? Awesome. Now what I reckon you should do, tell your parents you'll never eat McDonald's again. Of course, until they get the boat. Now, Dan's probably going to look at a side console so you can see what that is. So, without ado, because come around the back, Dan, we'll have a look. This has got the 75 on it. It's got a Lawrence 7 on it, hook 7, live bait tank. But let's not muck around with that. Let's get on the water. See you out there. Okay, here we are out in the mouth of the Caboolture River in this 460 centre console. Now, when you can see, it's good, strong console. You can stand up in it. You know, plenty of room. We've got Dan at the front. Otherwise, I'd have him down here, but for social distancing. We've got that bimini, and you've got, come around the back here, Dan. All right, Dan's coming around with the drone. You can see with this Quintrex hull, right, with this rear offshore hull transom they've put in it, you can lock yourself in, you know, get to the live bait tank really easily. There, fish, hook it up over the side. But what this has done here, you can really hold in that rough conditions, whether you're off the side, bottom donging, flicking lures, it really gives you stability and some real confidence. And obviously this high back here, you know, just, you'll never get water in. You don't on a Quinny anyway. And this console, we've got the Lawrence, we've got the land gauges that do fuel flow. This boat takes 5 people. It's getting a Minn Coda, because the man that's bought this boat knows a lot about boats. He likes that open console to it. Now you can see my hair's blowing in the breeze. I love it out in the ocean. I love it in this bay, you know? Just that smell of salt air. You right, Dan? Dan's right, so I'll take off. And you know, half a metre, quarter of a metre of chop. Dan's at the front. Nothing. Look at it just slicing over. Look at it tracking. You know, have a look at this wave, half a metre, boom, just over, no one's bothered. Dan's not copping it. Now, this thing, because it's going out, so I had to test it, does about 56, 58 at 6K, at 6,000 revs. At the moment, we're doing 4-1. We're using 14.5 litres. 14.5 litres. And Dan, you got me phone? Wait on, I'll tell you how fast we're going. Because I like the GPS. We're doing 40, 39, 40. I'm using 14.6 litres an hour. We're across a Tangalooma or out to a reef, probably half an hour. Dan's hair's not wet, and that's easy. Let's see how Dan goes with a bit of speed. I'll trim it out a bit. Just over the top. Have a look at these waves as this boat. And don't forget, this is just a 460. Just pumping that out. Is that drone got a stand? You know, and I'll slow down. I'll slow down. Where's that drone, Dan? Oh, there it is. Now, what we'll do, keep it in mind, Dan is sitting in the front of a boat, holding onto the controls of the drone, and we're flying along. Oh, shag. I've got to chase him, Dan. Always chase him. Now, if I wanted to stand up, if I was punching out, you know, I'd stand up, I'd put the seat across, use your feet as shock absorbers. Look at that. Just out. Into those waves, nothing. And it just tracks. Look. Woohoo! Love that. Sit down because it's not that rough. What we'll do a little turn. You got to stand? We're still in? Dan hates it when I say we'll turn. Look at that turn. Have a look at this thing. I've got my leg out because of the G-forces going around. Woohoo! Good boat. Nice boat. We might go around the other side, Dan. See if I can't get you wet. He's got the drone cases going. He's holding on, but it's not getting banged around. The water's just being squirted out. Look at that, Jesus Christ, you could turn. Look at that turn. That's unbelievable. Dan's holding on. That's only because of me, the G-forces are turning so fast. Over this side, 2 of us, over 200 kilo, bottom donging on the side of a 460, but as you saw, it's really a 4.8, isn't it? You know, it's a big boat. Now I'm over this side, Dan's on that side, we're over here. I'm up here, flasting lures, right, I'm kicking lures, out, I'm pulling something up, casting a cast net. Dan, you go up there and just walk around. Look, I'm casting easy. Not even worried, Dan's walking around. There's your stability, right? He's on one side, he's on the other. I'm still casting, working. Now, of course, we could put a seat up the front and see what I'd have. I'll get that seat. Listen to that Yamaha 75. Dan will put the specs up on the 75. It's the same as a 90. Now, I actually like these things, 460s, with a 70 or a high thrust 60. Oh, look at this. I can sit up here. This is what I do. If I went with one of my kids, they just flick all day. I get a bit bored of it, unless I'm catching fish. Then I normally just steal their spot. I just sit here and you're looking at hours of serenity. Follow and see. Look at that. Follow and see. 34, 3,500 revs, using 11 litres. We're doing 35, 33. Now a lot of people at 30k, now we're doing 30 Ks, we're 3,400 revs, and we're 9 litres. 9 litres doing 30k. So you're across to Tangalooma for less than 10 bucks with a 75. That's unbelievable, isn't it? That's cheap. It's going to cost you more for your lunch, for your ham and pickle sandwiches, bottle of Chardonnay for the wife, than it is for the fuel for the whole day. That's why these Yamahas, they're just unbeatable, aren't they? And look at that. Because everyone says, oh, Aaron, you drive like an idiot. Well, I do. But look, so they like to see how this baby goes. So 3,500 revs, turning around. You know, you got the kids in the front, or grandma. My grandma likes to get onto the crabs, you know. She loves the crabs. Well, she probably doesn't. They make her itch. Nah, that's a joke. Now, what we're doing, look at that. Just straight over it and just trucking. I don't think you can do much better for a 4.6 center console blade hull Quintrex. This is awesome. So that, and then of course, whether it's got the 75, like I said, I love them with the 70, I love them with the high thrust 60. I've sold hundreds, if not thousands of them with a normal 60, and people love them. You don't actually gain that much more speed, but if you're going to take a lot of people out, you're going to take weight, if you're a diver, if you're racing to get to someone, well, you can't go wrong with the 75, can you? Look at Dan holding on, doing 50 kilometres an hour, scare those shags off that pylon, you know, stop. This boat's going to have a Minn Kota, it's wide up, we're just waiting on the Minn Kota turning up. You know, you'd come up here and I'd drop a jig down there, you know, Dan's there, you could just cast over. All good. It's just easy. Lock yourself back. You got, this is running. I'll come down. Can you hear that? I don't think you can. I can hear the drone and I can't hear that Yamaha. It's just purring away because of that Japanese technology. You know, there is nothing. I'll get on this side so you can see it. See if you can hear it. That drone's too loud. Listen to it. I wish I had a 50-cent piece. I put it on the front here like the old Rolls Royce. Now, console, simple, plenty of room on each side. 5 people, take your family out. You know, 30 odd grand. You got yourself an awesome offshore boat, haven't you? Now, if you want to see the range, Quintrex range, you want to see a tiller steer, side console, you know, come and call the team at Brisbane Yamaha. If you want a Yamaha, call the team at Brisbane Yamaha. You want some upholstery, call the team. You want to do a service, call Brisbane Yamaha. In fact, if it's got to do, he's putting that you did that on purpose, Dan. He's just put the sun right in my eyes. If you need anything in boating, if you want to come on the water and see what these Renegades are like, because they're for awesome. There's nothing as good. And I tell you, when you compare what you get with other brands, you're getting a hell of a lot more boat. And what I'll do is, I'll see you on the water next week. Bye for now.